I've been many things in my life. I was a school teacher, I'm the founding director of the Australian Acting Academy, the owner of Up and Adam Productions. I've been a corporate coach and a motivational speaker. Everything I do centers around my passion for the power of story to motivate and inspire people and lift the collective consciousness of the planet.
I love movies. If you've seen my DVD collection, I think that's, kind of proof enough. Whether it's watching them, writing them, or making them, the thing that gets me the most is the power and the impact that movies can have to change people's lives. Part of me being a filmmaker is I want to give back to viewers in the same way that the films have given to me.
My childhood was all about stories, and even when I was a school teacher another lifetime ago, no matter what subject I was teaching, I was primary teacher, so math, science, any of that, I'd go and make little films with the kids. And I looked at that and I believed that that's probably the start for me of the power of filmmaking. My credentials were, I've got a Bachelor of Arts in drama, majoring in directing, but for theatre and film. And I think the thing I loved about theatre was that it was immediate, but film, you could get it right. I started at that time, which was a tiny little school called the Australian Acting Academy, and we had 12 students. My point of difference was filmmaking. At the time, we were one of the first, I think we were the very first place in Queensland anyway, that you could actually come as a child and learn how to act for camera.
When I was a kid, my sister and I used to make little movies with our guinea pigs in the backyard. And then as I kind of grew into my teenage years, I had a real passion for writing stories. One of the other hobbies I had was playing with Lego. And these three things then kind of combined into creating like animated Lego movies. And then that in time naturally progressed into just short filmmaking. From there, I was always that guy at high school that, I was the film guy. I was always running around with a camera doing something. And in my last year of high school, for 3 different subjects, I made a short film as my major project for those. And my parents actually had a call one day from a lady called Anita Smith, who runs a high school film competition called Movie Mania. And so Mum and Dad took me up to the awards night that year, and I kind of just didn't have any idea what to expect. And by the end of the night, I think I had won a total of 11 awards, including Filmmaker of the Year. That was kind of the point for me where I went, wow, I could really make this my career. Anita Smith from Movie Mania gave me a call and said she'd been chatting to a guy called Brendan, who was the owner of the Australian Acting Academy.
I wanted to make some promotional videos with the Acting Academy, so I contacted them and they said you should meet with this young guy who's just won Best Filmmaker for the competition. Name's Ash White. So I went, okay, we had a meeting, and he's so young. When I met him as well was the main thing that I was thinking, how can this guy be as good as they say he is? So I decided to give him a bit of a challenge. I had about 10 hours of various footage from the Acting Academy, and I said, I want you to cut this together into a 10-minute video.
And he kind of just gave me a rough idea of what he wanted the feel of the video to be.
In 3 days, he returns up with this video. Now, this guy hadn't seen the Acting Academy. The first time he had met me. And all I can say, it gave me goosebumps, and everyone I showed it to cried.
And that was, I guess, the start of Brendan and I's working relationship together. And Brendan brought me on board at first to do more videos for the Acting Academy.
For me, the thing about the Acting Academy was I was watching all of these people go and make their dreams come true. And I was aware that for 17 years I'd been making other people's dreams come true, but I wanted to make movies. And so I decided to close the Acting Academy and create Up and Adam Productions.
And I was there, I guess, in the beginning of that as well, and we made a lot of different projects and things together.
We were just attracted to anything that would let us share our love for story. We worked for hundreds of hours on everything from music clips to corporate videos, you name it, we'd have a go at it.
One of the more memorable jobs that Brendan and I worked on was when I got a call from Brendan, who was in LA at the time.
I had this opportunity to help this woman who had a foundation for kids, and she was entering a competition.
He sent me this kind of script that he'd written for a lady that he was working with over there, and said, I need you to create a little 2-minute video just comprised entirely of stills and music and text. And
on the strength of that, the woman ended up paying for him and I to go to Germany to actually do the training videos for her.
It was about this time that I'd been working on this feature film project for about 2 years called Abducted, and I was taking the story back to the drawing board. Brendan and I started talking about the film in a lot more detail together.
And I guess the birth of the story, Abducted, that has been gripping us now for the last 3 years.
But yeah, I think that's the story for another time.